Hello again. Well, hello folks. The merchandise-driven show has been about to life. If in this day and age. Yes, we've gone through the Transformers. We've gone through with the Ninja Turtles. Yes, we have gone through the Power Rangers. And, of course, and what else? I bring these up in my videos all the time. Right. But there comes a day and something comes along so brazenly merchandise driven that we just cannot escape its notice. Yes. We're going to be talking about Monsuno, which is a trading card game and action figure line, as well as a TV show that's come on Nicktoons recently. It's being backed by Jack Pacific and Tops. Even though Jack Pacific is kind of in trouble, and they agreed to farm part of Monsuno in order to help revitalize interest in their toys. So, and it's due to the fact that the idea is American, the idea and characters are American, but the designs, the characters, the ideas and stories are American, but the characters as in the animation are Japanese. Is one thing to compare to. Well, you know. Well, for the sake of this video, and considering what happened with the Reddit event that I did last year, I am not going to be using the P word. Good. Gotta try and find other comparisons when I can, and it's because, even though the whole thing with commenting on my trading card game and a collectible card and a trading figure game is not my thing, and I do respect the genre, in a way, and for willing to take this risk. As such, so far I've watched every episode of the show, didn't really care for it, but for the sake of this video, and all of you who keep tuning in, and I'm going to draw whatever comparisons I can, and also, do the best I can. So, here we go. Alright. So, Monsuno started off with this 1 hour premiere consisting of any of Clash and Courage. I mean, it starts out with the boy named Chisuno and his friends Brenda and Jinja as they try to find out to find his father, the Jerry Suno. It's not Jeremy, it's Jerry. So and of course, as it turns out, there's this Monsuno essence and Chase has this big polar bear Monsuno that's kind of like Jörg Bernison, and he decides to name it Locke. Anyway, that's one first comparison I'm gonna draw. That it's actually being a lot like his Dark Materials novels by Philip Pullman, and that the Monsuno essence is in a way is kind of like dust, and I believe Locke to be a lot like Jörg Bernison, and also there's this organization called Storm, and which I'm not sure which isn't quite level Cobra as XP, but they are led by a suspiciously Baroness-like woman called Charlemagne, and they essentially behave like Captain Planet villains would if they just decided to use their money for legitimate gain instead of just polluting for shits and giggles. So they chase them around, and that's essentially the Cliff Note version of episode 1. Then we move on to Courage, where Bryn, which is of course sort of the nerd of the group. I'm not one to judge, considering all the junk I just showed you, and it's my messy estate. It gets some also called Quick Force. There's all this launcher and clip. definitely his shelf that's on the shelves right now. Oh, it's certainly a jumbled episode with the past consisting of a run around, and try to escape the storm facility and get into town. You but so far it's not too good. Then that ends the season one. That ends the season premiere. And we go on to Underground, the third episode, the one that's not a contained story. Okay. Hey, and now we have to get into the first city, and that's where it sort of starts to go downhill. From the show. They for some reason they have this montage of hot dogs. I don't know why. I mean they did explicitly say they're hungry, but was that really needed? And we also come across this what I can describe back a letter word. A pet fighting hate for Monsuno. And so obligatory Fight Club reference here. Here. Anyway, it just showed it's gonna be the Eclipse organization, in which it's definitely I mean Venom from Mask was in this blatant as a villain. And I'll give credit to whoever gets its references to other older movies from the series as sort of review rant / ramble goes along. And so, and the next couple of episodes take place in this mountain range. I'm not sure whether it's the Himalayas or the Alps. I don't explain. So I'm really not sure whether it takes place in our world or some other one they made up explicitly for the show. Where they come across this monk called Baal, who I think is definitely like who essentially this show's version of Mati in a way. So one of the various ethnicities is that we have, and also Brent injures his legs, so they do some research on there, but then it takes a whole turn ahead, and the next episode has them escape to the mountain range in order to get to the next location, and for some reason, Brent's leg magically heals between episodes. But so far, I'm not sure what to think of Chase. I mean, as far as he's voiced by Cam Clark, probably best known for voicing Leonardo in the 1987 version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But aside from being, I think he's definitely just a hero that you could just stick the hero on him, and that that's the only reason we tell him. But he does want to find himself, but we've seen that plot a bunch in these shows like this. Isn't this Witchneck? Ginger, I consider her to be a bit of a brat. She doesn't really have a clear defined goal, or like May or Dawn. She doesn't really have likability despite her attitude like Misty does. And she definitely lacks a lot of the other proficiencies of people like Carly or from Transformers or April O'Neil. Baal, he's very bland, and like I said, he's probably one of the two token ethnicities they gotta put in there. Because I noticed that just to make sure that the TV show isn't totally white, but I'm pretty sure Chase appears to be of some sort of ambiguous Oriental ethnicity. They never outright state where he's from, and we don't really know that much about him besides the fact that he has a fighting father. That's one of the problems of the show is they don't really take time to establish the characters all that well. They really just want to claim as many action scenes as well as show off the baubles almost on the shelves. Episode 7, Heaven, that's where it really goes to shit. We have this battle butler, the character who has his claw backpack, and then this whole West town that sort of looks Looks like Arrakis is appearing how Conan has got his shit together. And then we meet Dax. I mean, normally, I think I will call out most of the stereotypes I've seen in the show, but Dax is a black person, but he's got this generic Bakura-like accent, like British accent, and that really doesn't fit at all. I mean, if you look at that zombie and soul leader, I don't quite remember his name, or other black heroes in the anime, or other merchandise-driven shows for that matter. Unlike Heavy Duty, Hoodie, or Stalker, I mean, they're kind of all oppressed by the man. They don't not talk and all this speak. I mean, I'm really disappointed that this type of show has really failed to take advantage into the angry black man stereotype for this. Yes. I mean, this can easily be remedied by playing ludicrous over his dialogue, but that's beside the point. I mean, Dax spends the next few episodes trying to play them off before he joins their team. And there's also a lot of definitely ranks along with G.I. Joe, some of the most transparently evil villains. And it's because not only is there Eclipse, there's also the Dark Spin, and they have led by this wretched stereotypical Chinese woman, that would make Nick the eunuchs and Code Geass are two who see him less offensive. I mean, she's got these sort of squinty eyes, his eyeshadow, and she's got her hair up in this bun, and she has this ridiculous high-pitched voice. This is just wretched. And I'm sorry, I kind of feel bad bashing the show when I was going on with this. Yes, but I really only took it up because as I was going on the Nicktoons and the Nickelodeon website to watch this in the core and Power Ranger Super Samurai, but most times it took a while to get them up there. And episode 12 has this villain who wants to single out the gang, and he always has this strange system of snipping. This analogy of snipping off mice tails. I mean, Willard was not this obsessed with mice. Ben was not this obsessed with mice. Even Tom was not this obsessed with Jerry. I mean, it's just unhealthy. And even John Ace, so I think he's definitely the most interesting character in the show. Oh, even is marred by the fact that he looks kind of like Duke from G.I. Joe. Definitely drawing a lot of comparisons in that sense. And as a whole, this show would definitely be better off for the merchandise-driven era of the 80s, where the sort of thing reigned supreme, and instead of in 2012, where everybody's trying to tighten their belts on the fake of this economic recovery. Anyway, sort of winding down on this, so I'm going to talk about the remaining 2 episodes that got put online, and so episode 13 definitely this chase scene. Has a whole bunch of Indiana Jones and shoutouts in it. It definitely his cliche is all get out in this manner. And it still has a lot of dealing with racist villains, and it definitely has a capacity that it feels like he could transform his plug, but it's definitely not as well written or as Transformers Prime with Thundercats, which I believe is how you really do things. You don't just rely on toy sales to drive it. You actually take the time to create good animation and some well-written stories and some well-developed characters. And now comes the part where I talk about the last episode so far that's gone online, and where Baal takes him on this psychic journey, and you think Locke is gonna go crazy and attack everyone, and Chase doesn't go. Definitely not the smartest move when you got who knows how many people after you. So, then Locke has all the green energy in him. Then he comes across these 3 people, One-Eyed Jack, and his posse. See, there's a Native American and a silent and there's another Asian chick. I mean, it definitely looks like a trio of half-ass Jason and Real Warriors villains if you see them. Um, um, yes, I watched that. I mean, somebody had to. Oh, and yeah, definitely, he just not get any better from there. We know that Jason's gonna be, that Warlock is gonna come back. Yeah, so it's definitely full of emptiness. Yes. Yes, now I can officially say they really don't blame me. Really don't mind. I don't blame any of you who are fans of it. I mean, I've tried not. I try not to hate on fans to the series. I mean, personally, my thought is if you like the show, like its merchandise, more power to you. But I just don't see. I don't know why I did this. I mean, I'm probably gonna get a lot of live videos, but just don't care if this site. Hate. I mean, and the animation, and despite being him on a Japanese company, is a joke. I mean, the frame rate is clunky and slow. The character his environment is all washed out. Even and the attempts to put shoehorn CGI in there are blatant and obvious. As character is what I really not understand. I mean, you look at other anime. I look at other anime I've seen, and like, and like Fully Cooley, and also I've seen Gurren Lagann, and I really enjoyed working on taking up Bleach, and definitely that One Piece copy and value. I'm really into that. Panty and Stalking as well. Hell, and Puelli, Magi Madoka Magica. That's another one since they really try to advance, and it's what can be done with this medium. They really try to see what boundaries can be pushed in the genre. This one is perfectly content and just staying stuck in the past. Yes, that often aims to set this back a good 20 or 30 years. There's for anime. I don't. I mean, why? I mean, I don't have. You shouldn't have a reason to be invested. Instead, for those who want to make it into it. For those who are already fans, I'm not going to stop you, but please. I don't think this is going to work, at all. Well, anyway, that's all I have to say. That's the end of my Monsuno Rant, Ramble, and Review. I'm not going to score it since it was sort of a combination of all 3 of these. Anyway, leave a comments box below. Try and take it easy. Happy belated Memorial Day, and I will see you later.